So most countries would find some other name for it, but look where they're discovered. In the United Kingdom. And in the United Kingdom, the noble class does not interact with anybody else. That reminds me of why we fought a war to get the hell out of England. Noble class. What apparently they didn't know is that the noble elements don't even interact with each other. If these were named in America, we would have called them hermit elements. Not noble elements. So they named it there. So how do you get Sweden up there? The United Kingdom was a major military power. So was Germany, France, the United States. How did Sweden get up there? Let's find out. Oh, so these investments in science flowed out of investments in military. The understanding, most times correct, that investments in science, particularly physics, where the physicist knows and understands the interplay of matter, motion, and energy, that's just the stuff the military warfighter wants access to. And so the Brits rule the world, they've got half the elements up there. Not half, but the biggest, the lion's share fraction. America, 20th century elements, there you go. Let's take a look at Sweden. What happened there? There is a cave in Sweden. That cave turned out to be quite fertile in the discovery of elements. It's in the town of Jitterby. In Swedish, they might have some other inflection on how to pronounce it. This is America. You're going to have to make do with how I'm doing it here. Jitterby, all right? It might be, you know, Jitterby or something, I don't know, but Jitterby. And I think it's like in the county of Yttria or something, but anyhow, let's find out. They discovered the first element in that cave. And they wanted to name it of this location. Why not? Sure, honor the region. We can have an element in Berkeley, they can name something after their cave. So they named an element 1794 yttrium, named after Jitterby. Then they found another element. What do you name that? They already gave the name yttrium. So they thought about it and they said, okay, how about terbium? There you go. Terbium. Then they found another element. Oh, we're running out of permutations here. What do you call that one? Erbium. There you go. Erbium. Okay, then they found a fourth element. Now, what could you possibly do now? What's left? I don't know. Let's find out. Ytterbium, of course. You get the whole name in there. Ytterbium. Scandium. They finally gave up on Jitterby. And what part of the world is Sweden in? Scandinavia. Out comes Scandium. So this is part of what boosted the element count for the Swedes, even though they were not dominating military forces in the world. Let's look at what role exploration plays. Okay? Where was English born? English the language, of course, the United Kingdom. Let's ask a simple question. How many countries in the world have English as their official language? Let's find out. Let's do that. There you go. Every one of these countries. Why? Because England ruled the world for major swaths of time in the past 400 years. And so wherever they were, they set up camp, and their influence is felt throughout. How about the French? The French are always looking for a good fight with the British. The language born in France, who speaks French in the world? There you go. Not quite as big a list. The Brits were better at blowing up military ships than the French were. There you have it. Who else was a big military power? Spain. We'll get to Spain in a minute. Oh, that one here. Who speaks Arabic? Well, let's look at all these countries have Arabic as a major, as an official language. Ottoman Empire was huge. The influence of Arabic was huge. These are sort of military empires. And what do we leave out here? The Spanish, of course. Let's see. Spanish is in Spain, of course. And what countries? It's basically almost all of South America. Spain came over, took over. All right. Well, how about Italy? There was a Roman Empire, but we don't think of that as Italy today. Italy. Did they have warring ships that took over the world? What did they do? I don't know. Okay, let's see how many countries in the world have Italian as their official language. None. Okay. There it is. It's simple. Actually, it's not really true. It's not really true. These countries speak Italian. Ticino, San Marino, and the Pope in the Vatican. And 12 people who live there, right? The Pope. There it goes. What were they busy doing? Italy, rather than exploring the world, was busy building cathedrals. They had other valuation of their time, money, and effort. Doesn't mean there weren't Italian explorers. There were tons of them. But Italy didn't pay for their trip. Columbus had to leave Italy, go to Spain, knock on the Queen's door, and say, "Queen Isabella, please, I got these urges to discover stuff. Hook me up." That's a summary of their conversation. Actually went with limited time, so I can't. He probably was on his knees and, offered her gifts. Spain understood the value of exploration. And so here it is in New York. By the way, is Columbus named after, Ohio named after Columbus? The guy? Okay, so watch. So maybe there's a Columbus Day parade in Ohio. We got one in New York that goes, which way does it go? Down 8th Avenue, and it goes toward 5th Avenue, hooks around and lands at Columbus Circle. The big statue of Columbus there. Columbus Circle. Intersection of Broadway and 8th Avenue. Who comes out for this? The entire Italian-American community comes out for this. I feel like getting a megaphone, climbing to the top of the tower, and saying, "Go home!" Italy had nothing to do with Columbus's voyage. And now you want to take credit for it? It should be all the Spaniards coming out celebrating. Because when Columbus landed on these countries, he didn't plant the Italian flag, he planted the Spanish flag. That's how that works. When the American astronauts landed on the moon, they didn't plant the flag of the UN. They planted the American flag. That's just how I'm not voting one way or another on this. I'm just telling you like it is. Don't shoot the messenger.